You don't need to drop 20 grand on a road glide to get that big touring bike feel. Today, we're counting down 15 budget cruisers that ride like expensive touring machines. And stick around because number one costs less than a used Honda Civic, but feels like you're riding a luxury couch down the highway. We're talking real comfort, real stability, and real wind protection without the massive price tag. Let's kick things off with a Suzuki Boulevard C50. This bike is the definition of punching above its weight class. When you swing a leg over the C50, you're sitting on a wide plush saddle that feels more like a touring bike than a mid-size cruiser. The seat is thick, supportive, and actually designed for more than just looking good in photos. We're talking real comfort here. The floorboards are standard on most years, which immediately gives you that relaxed, feet-out touring position. Your bars are swept back just right, so you're not reaching forward like you're trying to grab something off a high shelf. Everything falls into place naturally. Now let's talk highway stability. The C50 has a 65.7-inch wheelbase, which gives it a planted, confidence-inspiring feel at 70 miles per hour. That 805 cubic centimeters V-twin engine isn't trying to win any drag races, but it purrs along at highway speeds without feeling stressed. There's enough torque down low that passing doesn't require dropping 2 gears and praying. Here's where it gets interesting for touring. Suzuki offered genuine windshield options from the factory, and the aftermarket is absolutely flooded with choices. You can pick up a Memphis Shades windshield for around $200 to $300, and suddenly you got legitimate wind protection. The mounting points are there. The bike was designed for it. Quick one. What's the one thing you need for long rides, wind protection, a big seat, or low vibration? Let us know in the comments. Passenger comfort, your partner gets a decent-sized seat with a proper backrest option available. The grab rails are solid and positioned where they actually help. This isn't an afterthought passenger seat, it's functional. Used prices are where this bike really shines. You're looking at $3,500 to $5,500 for clean, $2,500 to $2,009 examples. New, Suzuki discontinued this model, but similar Boulevards run around $8,000 to $9,000. Target the models with factory accessories already installed and you'll save a bundle. The touring compromise? The front brake is a single disc, and it's adequate, but not an impressive. When you're loaded down with a passenger and luggage, you'll notice it takes more squeeze and more distance to stop. It's not dangerous, but it's definitely not a modern dual disc setup. But here's the thing, if you're looking for an entry-level touring experience without spending touring bike money, the C50 delivers. And as solid as this Suzuki is, wait until you see what's coming at number 12. It's a bike most people completely overlook. At number 14, we've got the Kawasaki Vulcan 900 Custom. Now, I know what you're thinking. Custom models are usually the opposite of touring bikes. But hear me out, because Kawasaki did something clever with a 900 Custom that makes it way more comfortable than it has any right to be. First, that seat. It's a two-piece design that looks sporty, but actually provides excellent support for your tailbone and lower back. The foam density is just right. Not too soft where you bottom out, not too firm where you're numb after an hour. The passenger seat is surprisingly roomy too, with integrated grab rails that don't look like an afterthought. The foot controls are mid-mounted pegs, not forwards like a true cruiser, but this actually works in your favor on long rides. You can shift your position, bend your knees, stretch your legs out. That versatility prevents the cramping you get when you're locked into one position for hours. The bars have a natural pullback that puts your wrists in a comfortable neutral position. Highway stability is where the Vulcan 900 really impresses. That 903 cubic centimeters fuel-injected V-twin produces smooth, vibration-free power at cruising speeds. The 64.6-inch wheelbase gives it stability without making it feel like a barge. At 70 miles per hour, this bike just settles in and eats miles. The engine character is smooth, almost refined. There's no buzz in the bars, no annoying vibration in the pegs. If this list is already saving you money, hit like so we know to make part 2. Windshield options? The aftermarket has you covered. National Cycle, Memphis Shades, Slipstreamer, they all make excellent windshields for the Vulcan 900. Installation is straightforward, usually requiring basic tools in about 30 minutes. Budget, $250 to $400 for a quality setup. The OEM Kawasaki windshield is available, but tends to be pricier. Your passenger sits on a real seat with actual room to get comfortable. The backrest bracket is available from Kawasaki, And once installed, your partner will actually enjoy the ride instead of just enduring it. Used prices run from $4,000 to $6,500, depending on year and condition. We're talking 2006 to 2015 models here. The 2015 and newer bikes got fuel injection improvements that are worth seeking out. New, Kawasaki still makes variants of the Vulcan 900, pricing around $8,500 to $9,500. Look for bikes with the touring package already installed. The compromise? Weight. At around 590 pounds wet, the Vulcan 900 isn't exactly light. Combine that with a fairly low lean angle clearance, and you'll be dragging pegs earlier than you'd like in aggressive corners. This isn't a canyon carver, it's a highway cruiser. Still, for the money, the Vulcan 900 Custom offers serious touring comfort. And speaking of comfort, number 9 on our list has a seat that literally changed the game for budget cruisers. Number 13 is the Honda Shadow Aero 750. Honda's Shadow line has been around forever, and there's a reason. They got the formula right. The Aero 750 specifically hits a sweet spot between classic cruiser styling and genuine touring capability. That saddle is legendary in shadow circles. It's wide, it's plush, and it's shaped to actually support your body instead of just looking cool. The foam has just the right amount of give. You can ride this bike for 3, 4, even 5 hours without your butt screaming for mercy. The passenger seat matches that quality, giving your riding partner a legitimate place to sit instead of a glorified luggage rack. Floorboards? Not standard, but the forward pegs are well positioned. Your legs stretch out in a natural, relaxed position. The bar reach is neutral, maybe pulled back slightly. Everything feels balanced. You're not hunched over, you're not sitting bolt upright. You're in that Goldilocks zone of comfortable and controlled. Highway stability comes from that long 64.6-inch wheelbase and the Shadow's low center of gravity. At 70 miles per hour, the bike feels absolutely planted. The 745cc V-twin engine has a character that's almost Honda Civic-like in its smoothness. It's not exciting, but it's effective. There's enough torque to pull highway grades without downshifting every 5 minutes. Wind protection is where you'll need to invest some money, but the good news is options are endless. The Shadow Aero has been so popular for so long that every windshield manufacturer makes multiple options. National Cycle's Dakota 4.5 is a popular choice, running around $200 to $300. Memphis Shades offers larger touring shields if you want maximum protection. Mounting hardware is readily available and installation is DIY friendly. Passenger comfort gets high marks. That rear seat is spacious, the grab rails are solid, and there's even an available backrest that installs in minutes. Your partner won't complain, which means you'll actually be allowed to take longer trips. Used prices are incredibly reasonable. $2,800 to $5,000 gets you a solid 2004 to 2012. Shadow Aero 750, the newer the better, as Honda made continuous refinements. New, Honda discontinued this specific model, but similar Shadows run $7,500 to $8,500. Target bikes that already have windshields and backrests installed, you'll save money and time. The touring compromise is suspension. The rear shocks are basic, budget-focused units. Hit a rough patch of highway, and you'll feel every bump transfer directly to your spine. The forks up front are non-adjustable. It's a compliant ride on smooth roads, but gets choppy when conditions deteriorate. Suspension upgrades are available, but add $500 to $800 to your budget. The Shadow Aero 750 is proof that Honda knows how to build bikes that just work. And if you think this Honda is comfortable, wait until you see the bike. At number 7, it's got wind protection that rivals bikes costing 3 times as much. Coming in at number 12, the Yamaha V-Star 950. This is one of those bikes that flies completely under the radar. And that's a shame because the V-Star 950 offers big bike comfort without the big bike price tag or weight. Let's start with that seat. Yamaha went with a wide, deeply padded design that supports your sit bones properly. The shape follows your body's natural contours. The reach to the bars is relaxed, but not extreme. The forward controls are positioned so your knees have a slight bend, not locked straight, which prevents cramping on long hauls. Here's what makes this bike special for touring: balance. The 950 doesn't feel front heavy or rear heavy. Everything is centered. That 942 cubic centimeters air-cooled V-twin sits low in the frame, contributing to a planted, confidence-inspiring feel at highway speeds. Speaking of highway speeds, at 70 miles per hour, this bike is in its happy place. The engine produces smooth, consistent power without any annoying vibes. The 66-inch wheelbase gives it excellent stability. Crosswinds don't push you around. Semi-trucks passing don't make you nervous. It just tracks straight and true. Windshield options are plentiful. Yamaha offered OEM windshields that work well, though they're pricier than aftermarket options. Memphis Shades and National Cycle both make excellent shields. For the V-Star 950, you're looking at $200 to $350 for quality wind protection. The bike's front end was designed to accommodate shields, so installation is straightforward. Passenger accommodations are solid. The rear seat is broad and well padded. Grab rails are integrated into the frame design and positioned perfectly. Add the optional backrest, which mounts easily, and your passenger might actually ask to come along on trips. Used prices run $4,500 to $7,000 for 2009 to 2017 models. The fuel-injected versions, 2009 and newer, are worth the extra money for reliability and cold start convenience. New? Yamaha still produces the V-Star 950 with pricing around $9,000 to $10,000. Look for the tourer models that come with windshields and saddlebags from the factory. The compromise? Heat. That air-cooled V-twin pumps out significant warmth in stop-and-go traffic or slow-speed riding. On a hot summer day in urban environments, you'll feel it radiating onto your right leg. Highway speeds provide enough airflow to mitigate this, but it's worth noting. The V-Star 950 is one of those bikes that does everything pretty well without excelling at any one thing. It's the reliable friend who shows up when you need help moving. And speaking of reliability, don't go anywhere, because we need to talk about subscribing to our channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming content on bikes that won't leave you stranded. Want more budget that feels premium-less? Subscribe, and we'll keep these coming. At number 11, we've got the Suzuki Boulevard C90. Now we're stepping up in displacement and touring capability. The C90 is Suzuki's big cruiser, and it brings serious comfort to the table at a price that still undercuts traditional touring bikes. That seat is massive. We're talking about a saddle that measures over 13 inches wide in places. It's plush without being mushy, firm enough to provide support on all-day rides. The passenger seat matches that quality and offers genuine room for an adult to sit comfortably. The integrated grab rails are beefy and well-positioned. Floorboards come standard, giving you that feet-out, relaxed touring position. The bars sweep back naturally, putting your hands at heart level, which promotes good blood flow and reduces hand fatigue. Everything is sized for bigger riders or those of us who just want maximum comfort. Highway stability is exceptional. That 67.7-inch wheelbase is proper touring bike territory. Combine that with a massive 1,462 cubic centimeters V-twin engine that produces gobs of low-end torque, and you got a bike that eats highway miles without breaking a sweat. At 70 miles per hour, the engine is barely working. There's power in reserve for passing, for climbing grades, for two-up, riding with luggage. The Boulevard C90 came in multiple variants, and the T model included a factory windshield that actually works. It's not the biggest shield, but it deflects wind off your chest effectively. If you're looking at the base C90 or C90T without sufficient wind protection, the aftermarket offers solutions. Memphis Shades and National Cycle both make excellent options in the $250 to $400 range. The mounting points are there. Installation is straightforward. Passenger comfort is a highlight. Your partner gets a throne, not a perch. The seat is wide and padded. The backrest is available as an accessory and installs easily. The grab rails are positioned where they're actually useful. Highway pegs for the passenger are also available, allowing them to stretch out on long hauls. Used prices run $5,500 to $9,000 for 2005 to 2015 models. The C90T models with factory touring equipment are worth seeking out. Suzuki discontinued the Boulevard line, but used examples are plentiful. Target lower mileage bikes with maintenance records. These engines are bulletproof when cared for. The compromise? Weight and lean angle. At around 750 pounds wet, the C90 is a big boy. Low-speed maneuvering requires attention and muscle. The floorboards and exhaust will scrape well before you reach what anyone would call aggressive lean angles. This is a bike for sweeping curves and straight highways, not technical twisties. But if you want big cruiser comfort without big cruiser pricing, the C90 delivers. It's got the feel of a bike costing thousands more. And speaking of feeling expensive, the bike at number 5 has a riding position that'll make you forget you didn't spend $20,000. Number 10 brings us the Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Voyager. Wait, hold on. I know what you're thinking. The Voyager isn't a budget bike, it's a full bagger. But hear me out, because used Voyagers have depreciated so hard that you can now get legitimate touring performance for cruiser money. Let's talk comfort. The Voyager has a seat designed by people who actually ride motorcycles. It's wide, it's contoured, and it has built-in lumbar support. The rider and passenger both get heated seats as standard on most years. The passenger seat is massive, with a huge backrest that reclines. Your partner could legitimately fall asleep back there. Floorboards for both rider and passenger come standard. The bars are positioned in a neutral, upright position that keeps your shoulders relaxed. The windshield is electrically adjustable on most models, allowing you to dial in perfect wind protection at the push of a button. Highway stability? This is where the Voyager earns its touring credentials. That 1700 cubic centimeters V-twin produces massive torques, 108 foot-pounds at just 2,750 revolutions per minute. At highway speeds, it's effortless. The 66.9-inch wheelbase keeps it stable in crosswinds. The bike weighs around 900 pounds wet, which sounds scary, but actually contributes to highway composure. It's planted like a Cadillac. Wind protection is exceptional. That fairing is full coverage, designed to create a quiet pocket for the rider. The windshield adjusts electrically to fine-tune airflow. At 70 miles per hour, you can hear yourself think. There's minimal buffeting. This is legitimate touring bike wind management. Passenger comfort is top tier. They get heated seats, a huge backrest, their own floorboards and armrests. The grab rails are integrated into the backrest. There are speakers back there so they can listen to the stereo too. Your passenger is riding in comfort that rivals a Goldwing. Used prices are the shocker. $8,000 to $12,000 gets you a 2009 to 2017 Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Voyager. That's full bagger, full touring rig money at sport bike prices. The newer the better, as Kawasaki refined the electronics and ride quality over the years. New? Kawasaki discontinued the Voyager, making used examples the only option. Target bikes with ABS and electronic cruise control. The compromise? Brakes. For a 900-pound motorcycle, the brakes are merely adequate. They work, they stop you, but they don't inspire confidence like modern radial mount calipers do. Loaded down with luggage and a passenger, you'll need to plan your stops earlier than you'd like. It's not dangerous, but it's not impressive either. The Voyager proves that depreciation can work in your favor. This is a $20,000 bike new that you can own for half that used. And if you think the Voyager offers value, wait until we get to number 3. It's a bike that dealers practically gave away but rides like something triple the price. At number 9, the Harley-Davidson Street Glide Special from the used market. Now I know, Harley-Davidson and budget don't usually go together. But stay with me, because depreciation has been brutal on used Harleys, and you can now find Street Glide Specials at prices that make them legitimate alternatives to new mid-size cruisers. That seat, first things first. The Street Glide Special has a solo seat design that's surprisingly comfortable. It's long enough to shift around on, it's padded well, and the shape promotes good posture. The passenger gets a decent perch with a removable backrest option. It's not the most spacious passenger accommodations, but it works for weekend trips. The mid-mount controls are adjustable on many years, allowing you to dial in your riding position. The bars are pulled back in classic Harley fashion, but not so far that you're reaching uncomfortably. The riding triangle is designed for hours in the saddle. Highway stability comes from that 103 or 107 cubic inch V-twin engine, depending on year. We're talking 1,690 cubic centimeters or 1,750 cubic centimeters of torque-rich, air-cooled power. At 70 miles per hour, the engine is loafing. There's power everywhere, effortless passing capability. The 64-inch wheelbase keeps it nimble enough for parking lots while still feeling stable on the highway. The Batwing fairing is iconic for a reason. It works. The windshield height is fixed, but it's positioned to deflect wind off your chest and head. The fairing creates a quiet pocket. You can actually hear the stereo at highway speeds without cranking the volume. This has proven effective wind management. Passenger comfort is functional, but not exceptional. Your partner gets a seat that works for a few hours, a backrest that helps, and grab rails that they can hold onto. It's not Goldwing comfort, but it's adequate for most rides. Used prices have dropped significantly. $12,000 to $16,000 gets you a 2015 to 2019 Street Glide Special. That's thousands less than they cost new. The Milwaukee 8 107 engine, introduced in 2017, is worth seeking out for improved power and reduced vibration. New Street Glide Specials run $28,000 to $32,000, making used examples a much smarter buy. Target bikes with security systems and good service records. The compromise? Heat and weight. That air-cooled engine pumps heat onto your right leg in traffic. At 800 plus pounds wet, the Street Glide Special is a handful at low speeds. And lean angle is limited. Those floorboards and exhaust scrape early in corners. This isn't a bike for aggressive riding. But here's the thing. The Street Glide Special offers that classic American bagger experience at a price that's finally reasonable. It's the bike your dad wanted but couldn't afford, and now you can. Speaking of affordable Harleys, the bike at number 6 is a Harley that most people forget even exists. Number 8 is the Honda Shadow Phantom 750. Now you might be thinking, didn't we already cover a Shadow? Yes, but the Phantom deserves its own spot because it offers something different. Blacked out style with surprising comfort. The seat is firmer than the Aeros, with a slimmer profile that fits the bobber aesthetic. But Honda didn't sacrifice comfort entirely. The foam is supportive and the shape is designed for real riding. The passenger seat is modest, more of a weekend companion option than a serious two-up touring setup. The foot controls are mid-mounted on the Phantom, giving you a more engaged, sporty riding position compared to forward controls. This actually works better for some riders on long hauls because you can shift your leg position more easily. The bars are low and pulled back, giving that bobber look while still being comfortable enough for multi-hour rides. Highway stability comes from the same proven Shadow platform. That 745 cubic centimeters V-twin delivers smooth, vibration-free power. The low seat height and center of gravity make the bike feel planted and confidence-inspiring at speed. At 70 miles per hour, it's in its comfort zone. Wind protection requires aftermarket solutions. The Phantom doesn't lend itself to large touring windshields without compromising its style, but there are low-profile options. Short sport shields that provide some wind deflection without looking out of place. National Cycle makes a Mohawk windshield that works well with the Phantom's aesthetic. Budget $150 to $250. Passenger comfort is the Phantom's weak spot. That rear seat is small, and the grab rails are minimal, and there's no backrest option that looks right. This is primarily a solo rider's bike, with occasional two-up capability for short trips. Used prices are attractive, $3,500 to $6,000 for 2010 to 2016 models. The Phantom was produced for just a few years, making clean examples somewhat sought after. Honda discontinued it, but the mechanicals are pure Shadow, meaning parts and knowledge are abundant. Target bikes with low miles and good maintenance. The compromise is passenger comfort and wind protection. This bike is about style first, touring second. But for solo riders who want that bobber look without sacrificing ride quality, the Phantom delivers. It's proof that you can have style and comfort if you're willing to compromise on the touring amenities. And while the Phantom looks cool, the bike at number 4 has comfort features that blow it out of the water. But before we get there, we need to talk about something important. What's your worst long ride mistake? A bad seat, a cheap windshield, or buying the wrong bike? Share it in the comments below. At lucky number 7, the Victory Cross Country. Victory is gone now, which is a tragedy because they were building excellent motorcycles. The Cross Country is their bagger, and it offers touring bike comfort at prices that'll make you wonder why you'd buy anything else. That seat is exceptional. Victory designed it with input from actual riders on actual long trips. It's wide, it's supportive, and it has contouring in all the right places. The passenger seat is equally impressive, with a tall backrest that provides legitimate support. Your riding partner will be comfortable back there. Floorboards for both rider and passenger come standard. The bars are positioned in a relaxed, upright position. The riding triangle is designed for all-day comfort. Everything feels natural, nothing is cramped or stretched. Highway stability is a cross-country strong point. That 106 cubic inch, 1,731 cubic centimeters V-twin produces 97 horsepower and 113 foot-pounds of torque. At highway speeds, it's effortless. The 65-inch wheelbase provides excellent stability. The bike weighs around 800 pounds wet, which sounds hefty, but contributes to that planted, unshakable feel on the highway. The fairing and windshield setup is well executed, and the windshield is tall enough to deflect wind off your chest and head. The fairing creates a quiet pocket. It's not electrically adjustable like some bikes, but the fixed height works for most riders. Wind protection is legitimate touring bike quality. Passenger comfort is excellent. That big backrest, those floorboards, that wide seat, your partner will be happy. The grab rails are integrated and positioned well. This is a bike you can actually tour two up on without apologizing for the passenger accommodations. Used prices are where victory ownership makes sense. $8,000 to $13,000 gets you a 2010 to 2017 cross country. These bikes depreciated hard after victory shut down, which is great news for buyers. The later models with updated electronics and improved suspension are worth seeking out. New? They don't make them anymore. Target bikes with low miles, service records, and no modifications. The compromise? Parts availability and dealer support. Victory is gone. While many parts are still available through Polaris, you're not going to get the same dealer network and support you would with an active brand. Maintenance is your responsibility. Finding a mechanic who knows Victory bikes may take some effort. But if you can handle the orphan brand status, the Cross Country offers exceptional value. It's a touring bike that rides like something costing significantly more. And that windshield I mentioned, it's nothing compared to the wind protection on number 2, which is genuinely impressive for the price point. Number 6 is the Yamaha Roadliner S. The Roadliner is Yamaha's big power cruiser, and the S variant offers the comfort and touring capability we're looking for. This is a bike that doesn't get nearly enough attention, and that's our gain, because used prices are excellent. The seat is wide and supportive, designed for big miles. It's not overly plush, but it's firm in a good way that prevents you from sinking in and getting sore after a few hours. The passenger seat is generous, with a good-sized backrest available as an accessory. Grab rails are beefy and well-positioned. Forward controls are standard, putting your feet out front in classic cruiser fashion. The bars are swept back, creating a relaxed but engaged riding position. You're not sitting bolt upright, you're leaning back slightly, which works well for highway cruising. Highway stability is exceptional. That 1,854 cubic centimeters V-twin engine is Yamaha's biggest cruiser motor ever. It produces 118 foot-pounds of torque at just 3,500 revolutions per minute. At 70 miles per hour, you're using maybe half of what's available. Passing is effortless. The 67-inch wheelbase keeps the bike stable in crosswinds and when passing semi-trucks. It's planted and confidence-inspiring. Windshield options are plentiful in the aftermarket. Memphis Shades makes several options specifically for the Roadliner. National Cycle offers their Dakota and Mohawk series. You're looking at $200 to $350 for quality wind protection. The bike's design accommodates shields well, with solid mounting points and clean integration. Passenger comfort gets high marks. That rear seat is wide and comfortable. The backrest, when added, provides genuine support. Floorboards for the passenger are available. Your partner won't complain about riding this bike for hours. Used prices are reasonable. $6,000 to $9,500 for 2006 to 2014 models. The later fuel-injected models are worth seeking out for reliability and performance. Yamaha discontinued the Roadliner in 2015, but used examples are relatively common. Target bikes with lower miles and good maintenance records. The compromise? Weight and heat. At around 750 pounds wet, the Roadliner is heavy. Low-speed maneuvering takes attention and strength. That big engine also produces heat in stop-and-go traffic. On hot days, you'll feel it. Highway speeds provide enough airflow to mitigate this, but it's worth noting. The Roadliner S is a seriously underrated touring platform. It's got the comfort, the stability, the power, everything you need for long-distance riding. And if you think this Yamaha is impressive, number 1 on our list is going to blow your mind with how much bike you get for the money. At number 5, we have the Harley-Davidson Road King. The Road King is Harley's traditional touring platform, and it hits a sweet spot between classic styling and modern comfort. Used examples have become surprisingly affordable, making this iconic bike accessible to more riders. That seat is designed for the long haul. It's wide, it's padded, and it's shaped to support your body properly. The passenger seat is equally generous, with a tall, detachable backrest that provides excellent support. Both positions are legitimately comfortable for multi-hour rides. Floorboards for rider and passenger come standard. The bars are positioned in Harley's classic touring stance, pulled back and wide, creating a relaxed, commanding riding position. Everything falls into place naturally. The riding triangle is designed by people who actually tour. Highway stability is excellent. Whether you've got the 103 or 107 cubic inch engine depends on year. but both provide massive torque and effortless highway cruising. At 70 miles per hour, the engine is barely working. The 64-inch wheelbase provides stability without making the bike feel like a barge in parking lots. Here's what makes the Road King interesting. The windshield is detachable. You get a quick release system that allows you to remove it in minutes without tools. Want wind protection for a long highway trip? Attach it. Want that classic cruiser look for a Saturday ride? Take it off. The flexibility is unmatched. Passenger comfort is Harley touring grade. Your partner gets a real seat, a supportive backrest, solid floorboards, and good grab rails. This is a bike designed for two-up touring from the factory. Used prices have softened significantly. $10,000 to $15,000 gets you a solid 2009 to 2017 Road King. The Milwaukee 8, 107 models from 2017, and newer offer improved power and reduced vibration, making them worth the premium. New Road Kings run $21,000 to $26,000, making used examples a smarter financial choice. Target bikes with touring packages and good service records. The compromise is weight and heat. At 800 plus pounds wet, the Road King is a serious motorcycle that demands respect at low speeds. That air-cooled engine produces heat in traffic. And lean angle clearance is limited. Those floorboards scrape earlier than you'd like in spirited corners. But the Road King is an icon for a reason. It's the touring bike your grandfather rode, updated with modern reliability and electronics. It's a bike that feels expensive because it is expensive, just not when you buy it used. And speaking of value, the bike at number 3 offers touring capability that'll shock you for the price. Number 4 brings us the Indian Scout 60. Wait, the Scout 60? That's a small cruiser, not a touring bike, but hear me out, because the Scout platform offers something unique. Lightweight with surprising comfort and the ability to add touring features without breaking the bank. The stock seat is actually decent. It's not the plushest thing in the world, but it's shaped well and provides adequate support for a few hours of riding. The aftermarket offers excellent upgraded seats, with Saddlemen and Mustang both making options in the $300 to $500 range that transform the Scout into a legitimate all-day bike. The mid-mount controls are perfect for touring. Your legs have a natural bend, you can shift position easily, and the riding stance is engaged but not aggressive. The bars are positioned neutrally, not too forward, not too pulled back. Everything feels balanced. Highway stability is where the Scout surprises people. That 999 cubic centimeters V-twin produces 78 horsepower and 65 foot-pounds of torque. It's not going to win drag races, but it cruises at 70 miles per hour comfortably with power in reserve. The 65.7-inch wheelbase provides stability, and here's the key. At just 558 pounds wet, the Scout doesn't get pushed around by wind like heavier cruisers. It's nimble and confidence-inspiring. Windshield options are abundant. Memphis Shades makes several excellent choices for the Scout. National Cycle offers multiple heights and styles. Indian sells their own genuine accessories. You can get a quality windshield setup for $250 to $400. And installation is straightforward with no cutting or permanent modifications. Passenger comfort is functional but basic. The stock passenger seat is small. Indian offers a larger touring passenger seat as an accessory that makes a big difference. Add a backrest, and your partner will be comfortable enough for weekend trips, though this isn't ideal for cross-country, two-up touring. Used prices are attractive, $6,000 to $8,500 for 2016 to 2020. Scout 60 models. The Scout 60 was recently discontinued, but the mechanicals are shared with the standard Scout, so parts and support remain strong. New Scouts start around $12,000 to $15,000, depending on model. Target used bikes with ABS and low miles. The compromise? Power and highway performance. The Scout 60 is fine at 70 miles per hour, but passing at highway speeds requires downshifting. Long, steep grades will have you working through gears. It's not weak, but it's not overpowered either. For solo touring, it's fine. For heavily loaded two-up touring, it'll feel limited. The Scout 60 proves that you don't need a 900-pound bagger to tour comfortably. It's light, nimble, and with the right accessories, becomes a capable touring platform. And speaking of capable, don't skip ahead because number 2 is a bike that dealers practically give away, but rides better than bikes costing twice as much. At number 3, the Suzuki Boulevard M109R. This is the bike I mentioned earlier that dealers tried to dump, and it's an absolute steal on the used market right now. The M109R is Suzuki's power cruiser flagship and it offers touring capability that punches way above its price point. That seat is surprisingly comfortable for a muscle cruiser. It's wide, supportive, and shaped to fit your body. The passenger seat is generous with a proper backrest available. Both positions work for multi-hour rides, which is impressive given the bike's aggressive styling. Forward controls put your feet out front. The bars are wide and slightly pulled back. The riding position is relaxed but muscular. You feel engaged with the bike without being cramped. It's a riding position that works for hours at a time. Highway stability is exceptional. That 1,783 cubic centimeters V-twin engine is one of the largest production engines ever put in a cruiser. It produces 125 foot-pounds of torque at just 3,200 revolutions per minute. At highway speeds, you're using a fraction of available power. The engine is smooth, refined, and effortless. The 66.5-inch wheelbase provides excellent stability even in strong crosswinds. Windshield options are plentiful despite the bike's muscular styling. Memphis Shades offers several options that work with the M109R's aesthetic. National Cycle makes compatible shields. You're looking at $200 to $350 for quality wind protection that doesn't ruin the bike's aggressive look. Passenger comfort is better than you'd expect. That rear seat is wide and comfortable. The backrest works well. Grab rails are solid. Your passenger won't love 8-hour days, but weekend trips are totally manageable. Used prices are the story here. $6,500 to $10,000 gets you a 2006 to 2019 M109R. These bikes have depreciated significantly, giving you massive value. The newer models with updated fuel injection and ABS are worth seeking out. Suzuki discontinued the Boulevard line, but M109Rs remain popular in the used market. Target bikes with good service records and no modifications. The compromise, weight, and lean angle. At around 760 pounds wet, the M109R is heavy. Those fat 240mm rear tires and low-slung design mean lean angle clearance is minimal. This isn't a bike for aggressive cornering. It's a straight-line cruiser that happens to tour well. The M109R is proof that depreciation creates opportunities. This bike cost over $15,000 new, and you can now own one for less than half that. It's a muscle cruiser that tours like a luxury bagger, and if you thought that was impressive value, wait until you see what's coming. Number 2 is the Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Nomad. The Nomad is Kawasaki's touring cruiser, and it offers features and comfort that rival bikes costing significantly more. This is a proper touring rig at a cruiser price. The seat is exceptional. It's wide, deeply padded, and contoured to support your body on all-day rides. The passenger seat is equally impressive, with a huge backrest that provides genuine support. Both rider and passenger get heated seats on most years, which is a premium feature at this price point. Floorboards for both positions come standard. The bars are positioned in a relaxed, neutral stance. The windshield is height adjustable on some years, allowing you to dial in perfect wind protection. Everything is designed for comfort and long-distance riding. Highway stability is excellent. That 1,700 cubic centimeters V-twin produces 108 foot-pounds of torque. At 70 miles per hour, it's completely unstressed. The 66.9-inch wheelbase keeps it stable. At around 850 pounds wet, it has the mass to cut through wind and weather without getting pushed around. Wind protection is genuinely good. The fairing and windshield combination creates a calm, quiet pocket. At highway speeds, you can hear yourself think. You can have a conversation with your passenger. The windshield, when adjustable, lets you fine-tune airflow for your height and preference. This is legitimate touring bike wind management. Passenger comfort is top tier for a cruiser. Your partner gets heated seats, a massive backrest, floorboards, and solid grab rails. The passenger position is comfortable enough that they'll actually want to come on trips. Used prices are the highlight. $7,000 to $11,000 gets you a 2009 to 2017 Vulcan 1700 Nomad. These bikes have depreciated significantly, making them exceptional values. The newer models with ABS and updated electronics are worth seeking out. Kawasaki discontinued the Nomad, but used examples are common. Target bikes with low miles and complete service records. The compromise is brakes. For an 850-pound touring rig, the brakes are adequate but not impressive. They work fine, but they don't inspire the confidence that modern radial mount calipers do. Loaded down with luggage and a passenger, you'll notice the braking performance isn't what you'd get on a newer touring bike. The Nomad is a full touring rig at a price that makes sense. It's proof that you don't need to spend $25,000 to tour comfortably. And if you think the Nomad offers value, our #1 bike is going to make you rethink everything you know about budget touring. And here it is. #1, the Honda VTX 1800. The VTX 1800 is the ultimate budget touring cruiser. It's a bike that delivered more value when it was new than almost anything on the market. And used examples today, absolute steals. That seat is legendary. Honda designed it to be comfortable for hours and hours of riding. It's wide, it's plush, and it's shaped to support your entire body. The passenger seat is equally impressive, with an optional backrest that's genuinely comfortable. Both positions are designed for real touring. Floorboards come standard on most variants. The bars are positioned perfectly, wide and pulled back just enough to create a relaxed, commanding riding position. Everything feels natural and balanced. The riding triangle is one of the best Honda ever designed. Highway stability is where the VTX 1800 dominates. That 1795 cubic centimeters V-twin engine is one of the largest production motorcycle engines ever made. It produces 106 foot-pounds of torque at just 3,000 RPM. At highway speeds, you're barely touching the throttle. The power is always there, effortless and smooth. The 67.5-inch wheelbase provides exceptional stability. Crosswinds don't bother it. Passing semi-trucks doesn't make you nervous. It just goes. Wind protection requires aftermarket investment, but options are endless. The VTX was hugely popular, so every windshield manufacturer makes multiple options. National Cycle, Memphis Shades, Slipstreamer, they all have VTX-specific products. You can get excellent wind protection for $200 to $400. Installation is straightforward and well documented. Passenger comfort is excellent. That rear seat is spacious and comfortable. The backrest, when added, provides real support. Grab rails are positioned perfectly. Your passenger will be happy on this bike, which means you'll actually be able to take those long trips you've been planning. Used prices are shockingly low, $4,000 to $7,500. $100 gets you a clean, 2002 to 2008 VTX 1800. For the price of a used Sportster, you're getting a massive engine touring cruiser with Honda reliability. The VTX was discontinued in 2008, but parts are still readily available and the engine is bulletproof. Target bikes with good service records focus on the VTX 1800C and VTX 1800T touring variants. The compromise? Weight and size. At around 800 pounds wet with a 67.5-inch wheelbase, the VTX 1800 is a big motorcycle. Low-speed maneuvering requires strength and attention. Parking lots can be challenging. Tight U-turns demand caution, and lean angle is limited. You'll scrape floorboards and exhaust early in spirited riding. But here's why it's #1. No other bike on this list gives you this much motorcycle for this little money. You're getting an 1,800 cubic centimeters V-twin engine, touring comfort, Honda reliability, and a massive aftermarket, all for the price of a used Ninja 400. It's the ultimate budget touring cruiser because it doesn't feel like a budget anything. It feels like a premium motorcycle that someone sold for way too cheap. The VTX 1800 proves that you don't need to spend $20,000 or $30,000 to tour in comfort. You just need to be smart about the used market. Click the next video to continue the road trip. Join our tribe by subscribing. And if you want to support our channel and have early access on the newest videos, become a member. And don't forget to like this video.